Good evening and welcome to the latest episode of the Dressing Room Debrief, where I review Chelsea's easy, comfortable win over Gent in their first Europa Conference League match. Now, I thought in the first half we played some really nice football, squandered quite a few chances, and it was a shame not to go in at the break 2-0 and put the game to bed so we could, start subbing people and rest people a lot earlier than we did. What I did like is that you could, especially in the first half, you saw it a bit in the second half, but mainly in the first half. What I liked is that you could see patterns of play being established. I noticed quick passing, one touch passing, 1-2s all over the pitch, passing between the lines, and it was always passing forward. And we also did some nice patterns of play out from the back, passing under pressure. And I do think we've come on leaps and bounds in the last few weeks. I know the opposition hasn't been that strong, but it's probably ideal because we've been able to sort of understand the Maresca style of play a bit more, because I definitely feel like we've developed since that opening day defeat against Manchester City. I also think that in these sort of games, especially, you see the evidence of Maresca's coaching, especially with the likes of Madueke and Mudryk, who before they didn't really like tracking back, whereas now he's got them doing the defensive side of the game as well. I noticed a lot, especially in the first half, Mudryk tracking back and helping out the defense, helping out Vega a lot in the first half, which I was impressed with because his defensive game really lacked sort of skill, I suppose the word is. And yeah, and speaking of Mudryk, I actually thought he looked lively and confident, running at people, taking people on. Normally it's his end product that lets him down. But I thought like as you saw for the cross for Vega's first goal for the club, I thought it was getting better. I thought that Vega header was great. Whilst we're on that topic, and it's great because these games are about getting confidence and getting minutes in game time for the players that are on the fringe, who are squad players, so they can be called upon if needed for the first team. It was a nice finish from Neto after some dodgy defending. And I think that summed up the second half really from both us and Gent, because there was some absolutely shocking defending where no one was picking up about five Gent players for their goal. We were all marking each other, and it just goes to prove that defending really isn't the priority anymore. Mainly probably because it's seen upon negatively in the media. And people didn't ever like that sort of bore. They call it boring and that Mourinho style of play. You saw Arsenal do it, and it was almost an art against Man City. I know they didn't hold on for the win, but it's actually quite refreshing to see defending like that. I think the keeper had an absolute shocker for both it and Cuckoo's goal and Dewsbury-Hall's goal, which is good for Dewsbury-Hall to get off the mark. And sort of, people have been on his back a bit, so hopefully that will give him some confidence to sort of push on. And yeah, I just thought we looked a bit. I don't know what it is with that defense, especially in the team that play in the cup games like the Europa League and the League Cup, but they seem to lose concentration very easily, very quickly. And I think that we really need to sort of work on that because it is a bit of a shocker. But yeah, we've got Nottingham Forest at home on Sunday, so hopefully we can get another 3 points there and build momentum going into the run of hard games.